Today, we're talking a little bit about the difference between exercise and training. And if we're talking about wanting to preserve muscle mass, you are going to have a completely different result if you exercise or you train. Exercise is amazing. It is definitely something you should do for your health. Go out there, do the things that you love and you enjoy. Go sweat, dance, walk, jog, kayak, all those things. But those are exercise. What is the difference when we're talking about training? So there, we think about somebody who has a goal with the exercise that she or he is doing. So you might start training for a marathon. This is something that a lot of midlife women do. They decide, okay, I'm going to run a half marathon still. So they start training for the marathon. And then a lot of them will actually get a coach or a program or something that they are going to follow. And surprise, surprise, that program will have them tracking their running workouts. The program will progress them, right? They'll start out with shorter runs, then they'll do a little bit longer runs and longer runs. And it'll probably tell them a little bit about what they should be eating, how they should be recovering, when they should do long runs, when they should do short runs, all these things. And then they follow that program because they are interested in getting that goal, which is doing the half marathon. Now, as a midlife woman, when you realize that your muscle tone is disappearing, a lot of us are really hesitant to do training. It's an amazing, amazing thing. Women will do anything but train. They're like, I'm going to start Pilates class. I'm going to start going to yoga. I'm going to go to body pump. Those are all actually aerobics classes or mobility classes and these kinds of things. Yes, you're going to use your muscles. They might burn and all that. But if you really want to put muscle mass on your body and muscle is medicine, then you need to train. So please, the same, like really just I guess what I want to say here is that if you want a particular result, okay, and the result that you want is more muscle tone, to look more toned, to have the health benefits. For a lot of us, it might be that we're pre-diabetic, those who are on one of the weight loss drugs, it might be to preserve the muscle mass. It is not going to be enough for you to exercise. If you actually want to get a result, then start to train the same way you would if you're going to train for anything like a marathon or whatever. So, what do you want? What are the kind of things you want to be thinking about? So, what is your goal with the weight training? If it is to build muscle mass, then you need to get a plan in place that will help you achieve that. And the plan will include things like how many days a week you train, plus the plan of what you will do on the days that you are training towards building the muscle. You'll need to track. So using a tracker, I have a free one, so you can download it in the show notes. You want to progress over time, right? Training is not about staying in the same place. It is about challenging yourself appropriately so that your level increases over time. So you want to be applying progressive overload. And then you also want to put in place the things that support you achieving that goal that happen outside of your training sessions. So in the case of building muscle, that would be things like ensuring that you're eating enough protein. So that's something definitely to look at. Eat at least 100 grams a day. Aim for the 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight. But I know for a lot of you, you're eating so little protein that that's just not going to be possible to, to make that leap so quickly. So try for at least the 100 grams per day. Then you need to make sure you get enough sleep. There are studies now that have been done on people who are weight training and getting enough sleep, so the 7, 8 hours a day of sleep versus those who are a little bit sleep deprived. And there is a difference in what kind of results they're getting from their muscles. So sleep, I talk about a lot as being really important, especially in midlife. So get that in shape, and recovery days so that you're not always just going nuts training too much. And what I can promise you is that if you start treating building of muscles as training rather than just exercise, exercise is more generic. If you start training towards that, you will get far better results. So, at a minimum, get your program, get a tracker, start applying progressive overload, and do that over time. If you want help with that, I have my Learn to Lift courses and then also my monthly membership, which give you all those things. All you need to do is the actual training sessions. All right, so I hope that gave you a little bit of food for thought, and maybe a few of you out there might have shifted from, oh yeah, I can't just go to a aerobics class with weights or do one of those random exercise sessions online where they're waving dumbbells around, but actually I need to start doing this more systematically if I want to actually get results. Great. So that was my thoughts for the day. Hope it was helpful, and I will talk to you again next week. Happy training.